Hello friends, welcome to Steam. This is a little different because we're doing it from my house and I am trying to figure this whole thing out. Obviously, I am not a professional YouTuber, so bear with me. But for my very first Steam, I was fortunate that my explorers agreed to let me try this out on them first. So if you're watching this later and it seems a little bit advanced for your child, just check some of the other ones, but this one is going to be pre-K. So today's topic, overall theme, is patterns, because I know how much my explorers love that. And I know that they were talking with Miss Nicole for their weekly story time and project on the butterfly life cycle, which is a pattern that you can find in nature. And we'll talk about some other patterns you can find in nature. But I also know how much my explorers love learning big new words so that they can sound super smart and impress everybody. So another word for the butterfly life cycle, or the butterfly life cycle is one kind of this, is metamorphosis. Can you guys say that with me? Metamorphosis. I know, we love big, long words. We are also this week going to talk a little bit about symmetry and a little bit about punctuation. And our animal of the week is going to be a gorilla. Can you beat your chest like a gorilla with me? Oh, listen to the sound it makes when you do that. And we'll talk about some patterns in music. And then we're going to make our own patterns by making some pretty bead bracelets. If you don't have beads and you don't have string, that's okay. You can use anything you want to make a pattern. You can color patterns on paper, you can make shape patterns, you can play patterns if you have an instrument, or clap patterns, or if you have string but no beads, you can just cut up straws or anything with a hole in it. Okay, so I hope that this is fun for you. And let's get started. Okay, friends, the first pattern we are going to talk about today is the very easiest pattern of all. And that is an A-B pattern, okay? So let's start out by talking about color. Can you see this? Can you see how it's silver, blue, silver, blue, silver, blue, silver, blue? That is an A-B pattern. But let's talk about it from another angle. Let's talk about it by size. Do you see how the silver is longer than the blue? Okay, so if we talk about it by size, we can say that it, oh goodness, is short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, right? Okay, so is that still an A-B pattern? Yes, it is. It is still an A-B pattern, whether we look at it by size or by color. Now, check this one out. These things are so tricky. Do you guys know how with magnets, one side repels and one side attracts? Well, these things are trying to mess with me today. Okay, so if I go by size, I still can go short, long. Wait a minute. Short. What did I change? Long, short. See how those magnets are trying to repel on certain ends? Long, short, long. Okay. Ready? Okay. So short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. Still an A-B pattern. But if we talk about it by color, something changes, right? We go white, silver, red, silver, white, silver, red, silver. Okay, so that's A, B, C, B, A, B, C, B. That is a whole different kind of pattern without even moving these or changing anything about them. Pretty cool, huh? Now, if we go just by color with these, there's no pattern at all. But, do you see these little bitty jingle bells in the middle? Listen to them. Can you hear them? Can you hear them jingle? Can you hear the little jingly bells? Okay, so, bar, bell, bar, bell, bar, bell, bar. Still an A-B pattern. Now, there are all kinds of patterns in the world. And I know that one of the things that you have been talking about with Mr. Cole is the butterfly life cycle, which is a kind of metamorphosis. Remember our big word from the beginning? Can you remember? Can you say it with me? Metamorphosis. Okay, so let me get these guys out of the way. We will talk about metamorphosis. I even have a song about metamorphosis. Okay, so Miss Nicole told you guys that the butterfly lays an egg on a leaf. The egg hatches and turns into a caterpillar. The caterpillar builds a chrysalis, and out of the chrysalis comes a butterfly. But then, you know what that butterfly does? Lays an egg on a leaf. So, and then that leaf, you can you see that leaf? Can you see all of that little bites out of it? The butterfly takes some bites out of the leaf, and then it lays an egg, which hatches into a caterpillar, and then the caterpillar builds a chrysalis, and then out of the chrysalis comes the butterfly. Are you starting to see the pattern here? Look at this. So our pattern is egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly. Egg, caterpillar, chrysalis. Chrysalis, butterfly. Egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly. Egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly. Goes on forever. There are all kinds of patterns like that in nature, like every day the sun comes up, every night the sun goes down, every morning the sun comes up, every night the sun goes down. The tides go in and out, and in and out, and in and out, which makes the ocean come closer and further away, and closer and further away, and closer and further away. And if you figure out the patterns, then you know what happens next. Okay? So, in music, we find patterns all the time. If you have an instrument, you can get it out now, or you can just clap along with me. Are you ready? Can you see these symbols right here? This symbol means play, and this symbol means don't play. So if we were clapping, it would just be clap, don't clap, clap, don't clap, clap, don't clap, clap, don't clap. That is an A-B pattern. If we have two of these play symbols and one that means don't play, it would be an A-A-B pattern. Ready? Clap, clap, don't clap, 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 don't clap, 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 don't clap, 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 don't clap. That is an A-A-B pattern. If we have two of the play notes And 2 of the rest signs, it is an AABB pattern. And we go clap, clap, don't clap, don't clap, 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 don't clap, don't clap, 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 don't clap, don't clap. Do you see these 3 dots right here? If you remember, when we talked about punctuation in the Explorer class, we said that a period is just a dot that means stop. It's just a spot that means stop, right? We had the question mark that means what? Question mark means a question. We had the exclamation point that means I'm so excited. Or somebody's yelling, right? Remember when we wrote no with all those exclamation points? We meant that means we're serious about no. Okay, so 3 spots just means keep on going. And there are all kinds of patterns that just keep going. Okay, so you can see right here, I made a pattern that could go on forever. I made a pattern with punctuation. An exclamation point, question mark, period. Exclamation point, question mark, period. Exclamation point, question mark, period. And if I wanted to say that this pattern was going to go on forever, I could just do dot, dot, dot. But not all patterns go on forever. For instance, I was telling you how in music we see patterns all the time, right? So let me see if I can make this work for you. I am going to play you the beginning of my favorite song. My explorers know that my favorite song in the whole wide world is Für Elise by Beethoven. And so, if you listen really carefully, at the beginning, you might hear an A-B pattern. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, are you ready to hear the pattern in Für Elise? Are your listening ears on? Pop them in. Turn them up. Got them? Okay, let's go. I'll start out by just playing you the first few notes of Für Elise, just so you recognize it, okay? And then we'll break out the part that's an A-B pattern. Now you know what song I mean, right? If you didn't remember the name of it, now you remember it because we played it every day during lunch. Okay. In the very beginning, if you were listening super carefully and your listening ears were on, you probably heard it go A, B, A, B, A. What? Those aren't the actual notes, but it is an A, B pattern. Pretty cool, right? Okay, friends, are you ready to make a pattern bracelet with me? This might be a good time for you if you don't have your materials to pause, go get them. And if this moves too quickly for you, you don't have to go at my speed. You can just work with what you have as long as you're making a pattern. Ready? I have 2 colors of beads. I have these blue ones and these silver ones. We are going to use them to make an A-B pattern. I'm going to go blue, silver. Blue, silver. Blue, silver, blue, Now, some of you might think that this is an easy pattern, but what you might not be thinking about is how great stringing beads are for your fine motor skills. You may have heard me talk about fine motor skills before. Those are the ones we use when we're writing, when we're drawing, and when we're cutting. And so even though you guys are not at school working on other things, I bet you have lots of things at home that you can use to work on your fine motor skills. You can practice cutting, you can practice drawing, you can practice writing, you can practice stringing beads. So ready? Where am I? Let's see. I have blue, silver, 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 blue, silver. What comes next? I know you already know. It's blue. Silver. Blue. Silver. Let me see. Is that going to be long enough? That is going to be long enough to fit around my wrist. But you work on yours until it's as long as you want it to be. Maybe you want it to be a necklace. So maybe you want to do this all afternoon. And if you want to do that, you can do that too. I can't wait to see all the special patterns you create. Now, I could not talk about patterns without talking about symmetry. Symmetry means something is the same on both sides. You can fold it right down the middle and it will be the same on both sides. And we talked today a lot about butterflies and the butterfly life cycle. I bet you didn't know that butterflies are symmetrical. So you can see that I can fold this in half and it will be the same size on both sides. Did you know that even the spots on the wings have to be symmetrical on a butterfly? So let's see. I made half my butterfly ahead of time, but you guys are going to help me make the second half, okay? So you can see that this butterfly has how many green spots on its wings? 1, 2, 3. And how many purple spots? 1, 2. Let's count and see what 3 plus 2 makes. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all together I have 5 spots. So this side is going to have 5 spots. It's going to have how many green spots? 1, 2, 3. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3. You can see I put them in the same places because the butterfly has to be symmetrical, right? So how many purple spots do I need? Let's see. 1, 2. Make 1, 2. Okay, so this side has 5 spots, 3 green plus 2 purple, and this side has 5 spots, 3 green plus 2 purple. So how many spots, if I have 5 on this side and 5 on this side, how many spots am I going to have all together? Let's see what 5 plus 5 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 spots. Okay, now let's make it tricky. Let's see how many green spots we have all together. So remember, we had 3 on this side and 3 on this side. We're going to add them together. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 green spots all together. And let's see how many purple spots we're going to have all together. We had 2 on this side and 2 on this side. 2 plus 2, I bet a lot of you already know, is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 6 green spots plus 4 purple spots. How many spots did we have all together? Remember, 5 on this side plus 5 on this side was 10. So I bet I know, but let's prove it to ourselves that 6 green spots plus 4 purple spots is also 10. 6 plus 4 is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that. That is symmetry. Okay, friends, let's wrap this up because it turns out it takes all day to record what's gonna come together and make like a 1-hour video. So in summary, you may notice that we talked about symmetry and I used the shape of a heart. And the reason that I did that was because every week I would like to introduce you to a different anatomy card. Now, this is how we draw a heart. This is what your heart really looks like inside your body. Can you believe it? A little different. But this is your heart. Our animal of the week was the gorilla. Gorilla. This is what he looks like. He lives in Africa and he mostly likes to eat plants, but sometimes he likes to eat bugs. Do you like to eat bugs? I don't like to eat bugs. Let's beat our chest like a gorilla one last time just because it's fun. Ready? Oh. Do you hear how it makes silly noises when you do that? We also talked about patterns. Big one. We made a fun pattern project. I can't wait to see yours in our Zoom meeting. And we talked about punctuation and beyond the ones that we had already learned about in the Explorer class, the period, which is just a dot that means stop, the question mark, which goes on a question, the exclamation point, which means we're so excited or very serious. And today we learned about dot, 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 which means it just keeps going, right? And then my favorite big word of the day was metamorphosis. Metamorphosis, which is just how animals change throughout their life cycle. But we talked about it as it relates to the life cycle of a butterfly, right? So what was the pattern of the butterfly's metamorphosis? Egg, caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly. Egg, caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly. And I promised you a song about that. So we are going to go out with a song. I wrote this song for the first pre-K class I ever taught so many years ago. And that class was called the butterfly class. We have a butterfly class at CCBC, but at my school, the butterflies were the big kids, okay? So, ready? You can do it with me. See, and then if you want, you can stop the video and play it back and try it and see if you can learn this song. All right, ready? 1 little, 2 little, 3 little eggs, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little eggs, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little eggs laid on a leaf. Can you make your egg and make your leaf and lay that egg on the leaf? Okay, ready. 1 little, 2 little, 3 caterpillars, 4 little, 5 little, 6 caterpillars, 7 little, 8 little, 9 caterpillars, eating all they see. Because when those caterpillars come out of the egg, they are hungry. You guys know all about the very hungry caterpillar, right? We've read that story before. Maybe you even have that story at your house. Okay, now what did the caterpillars do next? They made a cocoon or a chrysalis so they could take a little sleep and turn into a butterfly. Ready? 1 little, 2 little, 3 cocoons, 4 little, 5 little, 6 cocoons, 7 little, 8 little, 9 cocoons, sleeping many days. Now, who comes out of the cocoon? The butterfly. Can you make your wings? Can you make your wings? 1 little, 2 little, 3 butterflies, 4 little, 5 little, 6 butterflies, 7 little, 8 little, 9 butterflies, happily flying away. I love you guys. I miss you. And I hope this was fun for you. It was fun for me.